What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. Today, I have two very special guests, Doktrin and Tehran Parks. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate your time. We almost had a hiccup there, but I'm glad we could work it out and get you guys on the show. Thank you for your interest and, just that openness to answer these questions. I know it's not easy for everybody. For the folks out there, if you're not familiar with the show, we do a few intro questions just to set the tone. I got a little icebreaker for you guys. It's a spelling bee. It's only one word, but
Okay.
feel free to participate. Feel free not to. It's all up to you. And then we jump into the main portion of the interview where you fellas choose a number between 1 and 34. You guys could take turns answering the same question, or if you want to just, take one by one, that's also cool. We'll see how it flows later on. And
All right.
and we finish everything off with some concluding questions. Sound good to you guys?
Cool. Sounds cool.
All right. So my first question for you guys is, how have you been? For the folks out there who don't know, we just meeting right now. First time seeing each other's faces, aside from social. But yeah, tell me how you guys been.
Ron, you want to take that one first while I eat dinner? Excuse me, y'all. I just got home from work, so.
I thought we were going to do a spelling bee. But
Oh no,
okay.
this is the intro questions first, and then after the intro, we'll jump into the spelling bee.
I mean, I'm doing great. Blessed, and especially being on this side of the ground. Hey, I'm still here, still kicking. God still has me working. Hey, I can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing cool. I've been trying to stay consistent with this podcast, man. It's been a short journey, but definitely been something that I feel like I finally found something to progress with. It took me a long time to find something where I could feel like I'm doing the right thing. I've done previous projects where a lot of it got wrapped up into my ego, and I knew the intention wasn't pure anymore. So it feels good to find something again that I can kind of run with and feel good about it. Whenever you finish, Doctor, you could feel free to let us know how you've been.
One word: busy.
Busy, yeah.
This is they say that idle hands are the devil's workshop. I've been too busy working to get caught up in the devil's hands. Just got back from Georgia, where I performed at an award show, and met a lot of new friends out in the Savannah and Atlanta area in Georgia. Had a spiritual experience in Savannah. If I need to go into it, I will, but it's one of the oldest cities in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of some of America's past that it needs to come to terms with and have a day of reckoning with. Amen.
For sure.
So let's say that. My album is about to drop. So when I say busy, if I'm not working at my day job, I've been chasing my dream. And lately I've been catching up with it. So my album is about to drop. My man Tehran has dropped 2 projects since I started this album, so I need to catch up with him. Yeah, my last project that I dropped was my Indoctrination EP in 2019. And I don't know how to promote myself, so I don't know how successful it was. I had a lot of good responses. People gave it good reviews, but I don't know what kind of numbers it could do because I don't know how to put it out there. But nobody told me that it was bad music. So maybe the people that I now work with and have signed me can push it. But what I'm really counting on is this album that I started in late summer, believe it or not. Started it in late summer, like end of August, beginning of September, and it's almost done. I broke it down to calculating. I probably have 3-4 hours max of work left to do before the album is ready to press.
Dang, yeah.
So I have never been able to keep my life in order and stabilized long enough to complete something like this. So it's a major accomplishment for me. And I'll wrap this up, but album dropping this month. Just got back from a trip to Georgia that was music business related. My album release party is Saturday, May 8th. Doors open at 9 o'clock. This event is going to be off the hook, bro.
Sure.
In a city where they're used to just turning up everywhere you look, I'm willing to bet what we're doing that night, that's where you're going to want to be if you're in Tempe, Arizona.
For sure.
It's going to be unforgettable.
May 8th, right?
Yeah, and it's got max capacity of 150. So if you sleep on us, you will probably end up sitting outside waiting to get in.
For sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're a month out. We've already got over 60 confirmed that are coming.
Yeah, it's filling up fast. It's filling up fast.
Yeah, and we got a month to go, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's happening. And then I got selected by an A&R from the Extreme Tour 2021. You ever heard of that?
No, I haven't. It's called the Extreme Tour?
Extreme Tour. Mm-hmm. And so I got selected by an A&R to apply for that. And I made it through the first round of, deliberations and checking out background checks and all that. And so they invited me to Nashville in May. So I'll be going to Nashville in May to do the callbacks and to do the closed door sessions. And what they do is they want to know what you think of what they're offering and whether it's a good fit for you.
Yeah.
And then check you out and see if you're a good fit for them, for their teams. Because there's 5 national teams and then there's 3 international teams. And it's a major deal. It's faith-based and positive message music, followed with BMX and skating and other extreme sport demonstrations. And it's powerful, man. And to be even invited to go and get to sit in front of major label artists and major label executives and just be able to at least learn if I don't get chosen for the tour is a huge blessing.
No doubt.
So,
Sounds like
I'm done talking about myself. Let's go.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, busy, very busy.
I got you. Tehran, wanted to ask you, since I know you guys as musical artists, when did that start for you? When did you start writing? When did you start rapping? And what's the story behind that?
Oh shoot, it was years ago. I can't even. Oh my goodness, like mid to early 90s. Mm-hmm. When I started rapping, because I'm from Columbus, Georgia. So yeah, and just doing shows and things around there. You know, we've had a couple of groups I was in. You know, we had like opportunities to. Well, we had sort of like wrote a hit for this one group, and that wasn't worked right, and so there was more money going out than coming in, so we didn't get paid from that. But you know, I had the opportunity to open up for like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and Outkast, and Goody Mob, and 3-6 Mafia, and then later on from that, we got a chance to get with the label that Gucci Mane was on at the time. That was going well. We were about a week away from being signed with that label, and like $25,000 a piece. It was 3 of us, $25,000 a piece and $125,000 promo budget. And then a week before we were supposed to sign, that's when Gucci killed Pookie Loc. And so people started pulling their money back, so we lost that deal. And then a partner of mine, he had a run with CTE and Jeezy. So I mean, and then like I've only been on my walk doing this Christian hip hop thing, if you call it that. I mean, for about 4 or 5 years. It's been a good run. God has been faithful to me. So, you know, I just keep pushing with it.
For sure. What was one of the first artists that you either bought the tape for or the CD for back in the day? Would you remember?
The first CD I bought?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, as far as tape, I can remember giving my mom the money to buy the first Redman album for me, the album.
Yeah.
The first CD I can remember buying was Professor Griff. I can't remember the name of the album, but it's Professor Griff.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. I do know of the What album by Redman. Professor Griff, that's one I'm gonna have to look up. I don't think I'm familiar with his work. But
yeah, he was with Public Enemy, and it was like his first solo album.
Gotcha, for sure. Same question to you, Doktrin. When did your musical love start, and or how did it get started?
2nd grade in Germany.
Guten Tag.
I'm an Army brat, and my dad was stationed in Germany. He was a trombonist in the 33rd USARC Command Band. So he was a world-class trombonist. And so he was over there. And I remember we were in the canteen, which is like the military cafe. So it's called a canteen. And so I look up on the TV that's hanging off the wall, and it's Yo MTV Raps. And it's Run DMC and Aerosmith's Walk This Way. No joke, man. From then on, it was love, bro. That was it. It was it for me.
I was born in Germany. I know you were in Germany.
Yeah, I didn't know you were rocking for Outkast and all this wild. Yeah.
That was
I
pretty crazy.
was this guy, but see, check this out. Listen, y'all. Our aspiring artists, don't ever treat nobody as less than you, because you never know who you're rocking with or who you're meeting. And I never knew that about him. And so, if I was nasty or rude to him or dismissive of him, and then he said that, and then I switched up and acted brand new, like I respect him, how would that go over? You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. No doubt.
I just feel blessed even more to know him.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, Walk This Way, Aerosmith featuring Run DMC, or excuse me, Run DMC featuring Aerosmith, because it was a Run DMC song. Man, first album I ever purchased, I'm gonna say Eric B. and Rakim.
Oh, snap.
Paid in full.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Followed by EMD.
Strictly Business.
Strictly Business. There he is. Yep. Strictly Business. KRS-One. Criminal Minded. Yeah, I'm a real hip hop head, bro. Like, I was involved in that before Eminem made it popular for white guys to like rap. And
I mean, the Beastie Boys.
well, yeah, Beastie Boys, but it was still kind of like a niche. You know, it was something that supposedly white kids grew out of. It was a phase. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so it was never a phase for me. It was a love affair. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So yeah, I answered that question. And then you asked, what did you ask me?
No, that was the second question was the album one, or that
Oh
follow
yeah.
up.
Okay. Yeah, I answered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Let's jump into my second question for you guys is, what would you like your descendants to know about you? If you were going to reach forward and see 5 generations down the road, and they were like, I wonder what my ancestors were like. So if you could answer that question for them, what would you want them to know about you? Feel free to take a turn.
I'm going to say something that's going to make him proud and laugh at the same time. But I got a chance to work close with, professionally with the grandnephew of Rosa Parks.
Hey.
Pretty proud of that. So
sure.
I would, yeah, I mean, I'm already about this life as it is, but you know, that's about as much of a bona fide as you're going to get. You know what I mean? And, but no, honestly, there was this bookmark that I got when I was at the Dream Conference, and I have it somewhere around here. But what it basically said was, I want to make a difference every second, every minute, every hour, every day, one person at a time. First, my church, then my city, then my state, then my country, then the world. So it was like just this massive vision, you know what I mean? So I want to be known for living up to that vision and living up to the call of my life next.
I got you, man.
What I would tell my descendants is, I am the great nephew of Rosa Parks, and I mean, with our family being from the South, I would say, just never forget the past and where everything came from. Because in my family, I've had a lot of freedom fighters. I had an uncle who, back in the 60s, while he was marching, a cop was on a horse in Montgomery, Alabama. A cop was on a horse, hit him with the billy club. He fell, and he had the horse stomp on his head, and that was all because he was carrying the American flag. I mean, I've had family that walked that Edmund Pettus Bridge, and marched with Martin Luther King and everything. So, just don't forget the past. I mean, even though, no, I don't know how the future is going to turn out, but even if it's all peachy and everything, don't forget where it came from, because that's what made you who you are.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt. Thank you guys for sharing. My third question for you is, how would you like to be honored? If I was going to say, today I'm going to do something, in honor of Doktrin or Tehran, like what would be that act that I could do to honor you guys?
Does he really want to know?
I don't.
Mine's gonna blow your mind, but go ahead. I already got one.
To honor.
I want to know. I want to know.
I've never really thought about being honored because I don't do anything for a type of worldly honor. I get my glory on the day of judgment. If I do get glory, I don't know which way I'm going, but if I can be in that number, to say, well done, my good and faithful servant, that's honor enough for me. Like I don't need a day or a plaque or some type of statue or anything. That would be honor enough for me. And just knowing that I did good enough to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant, that would be honor enough for me.
I got you. How about you?
I might have misunderstood the question, but this is what you could do in honor of me. I have a friend who's an intercessory prayer warrior with his own ministry in Ghana, West Africa. And his name is Willie Akordie, Okordie. And this brother sends me intercessory prayers all the time, and I've shared a few with you. What this brother needs, he needs $3,500 to get a car so he can start an Uber business. And so if somebody was going to do something in honor of me, that would be it right there. Help that guy get a car so he can start an Uber business in Ghana.
I got you.
Yeah. He's a minister. And so obviously he's going to make his living, but he's also going to spend a lot of time helping people if he has a steady source of income. So, but yeah, maybe I misunderstood. Otherwise, what he said.
No.
Well done, good and faithful servant. I do know you enter into the gates of the kingdom with
$3,500.
Not to me. No, not to me. For real, I would put you in contact with this brother, give him his contact. Hey, everybody watching, if you want to help me,
yeah,
I will give you his contact information, or if you trust me, I will send you a receipt of when that money got sent to him. This brother needs a car. He only needs $3,500 to get a decent car to start an Uber business in Ghana. So yeah, that's just one of the things I can use some help with.
No doubt. And no, you guys both interpreted the question just fine. I feel like there are a couple ways it can be taken, and I've seen different ways, and yeah, your answers are fine. There's no wrong answers. So, but yeah, I mean, if anybody out there is willing to help, I wish I could. I'm not at that level yet, man. I'm just doing this out of my parents' apartment. You feel me? But yeah, one day, hopefully, I'll be able to do stuff like that in honor of you, for sure.
Yeah. Well, maybe the listeners and watchers.
Yeah. Anybody out there?
Help.
I know you're out there. I know good people are out there. So
Yeah.
we just need to make some more noise. My fourth question for you guys is, how well do you know yourself? And if it's hard to put into words, you could just do a scale from 1 to 10.
Oh, you can go ahead.
How well do I know myself? People still point out things in me that I need to work on. No, my dog is trying to get interviewed too.
Oh yeah, no worries. Throw him on camera or throw her.
So he's adorable. I mean, he's photogenic, but no, on a scale from 1 to 10, people still point out things in me that I need to work out, including this guy right here. So I probably give myself like an 8.5.
For sure.
I know myself well, but then there are some things that maybe I don't realize that I need to, get better with.
Yeah, man.
And so, yeah, there's the answer.
For sure.
How well do I know myself? I would say better than I did possibly before I got on my walk 4 or 5 years ago. Because I was out there in the world, drinking, smoking, doing everything. But since I've got on this walk and really got into my word, just by getting to know God a bit more, He has shown me more about myself, shown me things that I didn't know I could do that are achievable and attainable. Even as much as moving to Arizona, it was scary. I honestly didn't think I could do it, or if I moved out here, I didn't think I would be out here all too long. Like I'll mess something up. But I've been here like almost 2 years now. So, I'm getting to know myself. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I would probably know myself probably like a 6.5.
For sure. Again, thank you guys for opening up. For me, since you guys just met me, I'll let you know some stuff about me as well. I give myself a 5.0, to be honest. I feel like there's like you, Doctor, and people point out stuff to me all the time that it just like clicks in my head afterwards. And personally, I feel like I know myself most at my highest of highs, and then I know myself the least when I'm feeling pretty low, and that kind of been fluctuating throughout my life. So I think it is something that just like it right now it wavers, but I'm working on it. So my hard lines are drawn, and I can stand on my own 2 feet, which is something I've struggled with. But yeah, cool. We've made it to the icebreaker portion of the podcast, the spelling bee.
We have questions for you too, sir.
Oh yeah, go for it, man. Like whenever you want to drop a question in, just let me know. But go ahead if you have one. Shoot.
Why us?
Why you guys?
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm on a personal mission to kind of interview everybody in the world if I could. I think everybody's life and story is valuable. And if you probably read through the paragraphs in my description, but it's really to just leave something for the future. The more people that come on, like yourselves, the more the future is going to know where they're coming from, right? Like we have books written, but we don't know where the books came from, who decided which books were going to get published, and we only know one side of the story most of the time, so doing this and trying to do it for everyone, I think it would just further like help the understanding of where they came from, you know, came from all of us. Like some people, they might not have kids, they might, you know, not have descendants per se in their bloodlines, but I think, you know, for us, you know, we going back into the past, like we came from the same people, so those were our ancestors, you know, all similarly, you know. So that's the idea, man. I want to do it before it's too late, because I feel like we lose too many people every day that never get a chance to tell their story. So yeah, that's my reason.
Okay, well, real quick, and then I'll ask you one more question. So Holy Spirit once told me a long time ago that everybody has a story to tell, and they're all bestsellers, and you just need to shut up and listen. And you will grow and change and learn so much about yourself and about them, and about life in general, if you'll just listen to what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing more inviting and welcome when someone understands that you're willing to listen to anything they have to say. Like, you ever notice, like, when they realize you will listen, they totally relax. So, and then the other thing is, how did you discover us? I mean, you asked me, but I had to bring him because he's a fascinating individual.
Yeah.
And we do have things coming, so it made sense to bring him this exposure too. He actually just dropped Trivial Pursuit 3.
Really, Loved by Few, Hated by Many.
Loved by Few, Hated by Many. And then right after that, Trivial Pursuit 3. And he featured me on one song on Loved by Few, Hated by Many. And we have, he has Secession. How many? Oh, he's in the shop. Oh, I'm a dog dad. I'm a dog dad, but we're trying to maintain.
It's good,
some
man.
Professionalism.
It's
but
good.
Anyway,
it's good. Yeah.
But we have some other stuff. You want to share?
Oh, you were right.
No, that was your idea.
That was just a word I said. That was your idea.
Okay. So, no, I think it would be cooler if you told me.
All right, we were doing this event, February?
Yep. Extravagant Expressions. Yeah. It was an old-fashioned tent revival.
And
girlfriend in the background.
And somebody that was there got a picture while we were doing a song together. And so when I posted it on Facebook, I put the hashtag Georgia Zona, like Georgia and Arizona. Georgia Zona.
Yeah.
Caught quick.
And he, Doc hit me up and was like, let's do an EP called Georgia Zona. And I was like, I'm with it. So
yeah, it'll just be like hashtag Georgia Zona. Like, that's the cover. And maybe a picture of us or something.
Yeah,
I'm thinking cartoon.
Probably half
like a side-by-side cartoon.
Yeah.
Faces. That'd be dope. But yeah, anyway, Georgia Zona's coming. And if you notice in the news, we have a lot in common, Arizona and Georgia. So it's kind of, the timing is too perfect.
Oh, football team, sorry.
Speak for yourself, man. We're on our way.
We got one World Series.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, Georgia Zona is going to be something cool. And he's actually a featured artist. He's going to actually bring me up. I didn't tell you, did I? Tehran is going to bring me up when I do my concert release with my album, which is when I will basically debut and break out my album in front of public.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So what the question I had was, how did you discover us?
All right. So I think you had met a couple of my guests on my podcast before. About the song Music. They're from Arizona too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I saw them tag you in one of their photos, and like, why not reach out? Yeah.
I love Valley Song Music.
Yeah, man. Shout out
to Wolftown.
Yeah. Exactly. Jukebox Ray Ray and Wolftown.
I was just trying to think. Yeah, she's, I don't know which one's better. It might be her.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
That's a very unique name. I never thought of that. Jukebox Ray Ray.
Jukebox Ray Ray. I really hope they show up to the release party. They've been doing their own thing. Like, I've been watching their Instagram. They're like out of state or something. I don't know.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
I saw a picture of him by look like a tour bus or something. So
Wow.
I'll hit them up and see if they'll show up.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's also hard. I'm sure you guys know, working with different artists, it's like getting the timing down is like the most critical thing. If the schedules don't fit, no doubt. But yeah,
okay,
that's how I found him.
So through Bali song, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Jumping back into the icebreaker spelling bee portion. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Tehran. How do you spell guarantee?
How do you spell guarantee?
Guarantee. Like that's it.
Guarantee.
Say that one more time.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I was looking at it and I had to like hear it in my head. Just for the folks out there, can you just say it slowly one time so I could read as you say it?
If you're a spade player, you know we got that guaranteed joker. Guarantee.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, and then.
We can run.
I want to run some spades. Come on. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, Doctor. For you, what? How do you spell liaison?
Ooh, liaison. Because I work in behavioral health and we have liaisons at work, but I don't know if I've seen that word for a while. Okay, liaison. So obviously LIAASION.
Ooh, you got one more chance.
Okay. LIASION.
Ooh, I'm sorry, boss. It was LIAISON.
I didn't say that.
No, you said SION.
Oh, yeah, no, ASLIAS. Oh, you said SION?
No, it's LIAISON. You said LIASI.
Run that back.
I can't do it. It's a replay, man. But we got a witness right there.
I believe him.
All right. Well, first off, thank you guys for participating. Tehran, since you got it right, later down the road, whenever I do a spelling bee episode with the other guests that have gotten their word right, you will be invited. But it'll be hard because everyone has their own schedules. But I'm gonna give it a shot one day, and if you're interested in coming on, you're invited. And I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm doing it another time. But yeah. All right, let's jump into the main dish of the podcast, where you fellas get to choose a number between 1 and 34, and we'll see what question comes up.
8.
Number a new beginning.
What is something you're insecure about?
Insecure about?
Yeah.
Completely 1,000. My image. My looks.
I got you, man. Yeah. How about you, Tehran?
I'd probably say my stomach, but cause I know I look good. I mean, dog. Hey, hey, the proof is in the pudding. I know I look good, but I know I need to work on this stomach.
I got you. So, for
trying
both,
to be narcissistic or egotistical, just having a good time.
Yeah, man. It sounds like for both of you guys, it has to do with appearance.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody who has their appearance as an insecurity, if you guys had any?
Scriptural.
I mean, you can. I would ask them, like, if it's a problem with you, what are you doing to change it?
Yeah.
I got
Like,
you.
if you're gonna let it beat on your brain every day, what are you gonna do to try to have it not knocking on your brain every day? Are you trying to change it?
Mhm.
So, I mean, if you're not, then, I mean, it doesn't matter how much scripture somebody throw at you. You just, it's up to you.
Well, okay, so I would say that, God says that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I would say that appearances and looks can change, but the condition of the heart and the strength of the spirit is the most important thing about a person. But what I've learned is that the healthier the spirit is, and the better the condition there is of the heart of a person, the better in condition physically they are. That's what I learned, just also by observation, and just kind of understanding what separates good people from extraordinary people, because there's plenty of good people, but there's not that many extraordinary people that people want to follow and just I won't say natural born leaders, but people that look like leaders, that look like they make things happen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but for my image, like when I was a kid, I'm Polish and Sicilian and Scottish, okay? So I'm a straight up just classic American mutt. And a lot of times girls would like say I look weird. So now I heard that from elementary school all the way up. So I had major image and self-esteem issues. And one of the strongholds in my life that had to be broken was rejection. Because until I broke that stronghold down, I had walls. I had big walls. And in this business, in ministry in general, and especially in the music business, you can't walk around with walls up. You just can't. It doesn't work out.
I guess to tie both of that together, you can just tie in on faith without works is dead. So you can be spiritually grounded, but you still have to make something happen. It's still up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Yeah, I think that's the first time I've heard that phrase. Faith without work is dead. But I'm feeling it.
James 1:22, man.
Say that one more time.
James 1, verse 22.
For sure. I mean, similar to you, Doktrin, my experience growing up. I was kind of bullied for being a chubby kid. I was had my max was probably like 270, 275, and honestly, I didn't think there was anything wrong. I was a kid, just eating whatever I wanted, and being lazy at times. But the rejection, man, that cut deep, and it cut deep for a long time until time heals wounds, and I was able to move forward and be a better person as well. But yeah, it does take time. Thank you both for opening up. That's not an easy question. Well,
I think at this point in our life, like, we know what God says about us. So what God's view of us is, it supersedes anything anyone else can say or think or feel about us. How they feel is irrelevant, because $40. Shut up. This guy, that's why I love this guy. It's an inside joke. Did you hear what he said?
No, actually I didn't. I just saw the reaction. I wish I heard it.
But the thing is the fact of the matter is, the only thing at the end of the day that matters is what God thinks of us. We should have favor with God and man, but unfortunately man will fail you, and you can't please everybody, and not everybody's gonna like you. So we've made peace with that. That's why, loved by few, hated by many, because that's what Jesus was. When we say loved by few, we know that people loved him because they used him. So when he was not doing things for them, they all of a sudden had turned on him. Yeah. So imagine being the Son of God, knowing that you have all these powers and all this authority on earth and in heaven, and you can do all these miracles, and people constantly need to see signs that you're the Son of God when you've already said you were, You've already done a few miracles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the human condition. So imagine us knowing we can't do miracles. You know, according to scripture, sometimes we can, but I mean, we're not Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people will turn on us left and right, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it only matters what God thinks, and God notifies us. I call them God winks. Lets me know that I'm on the right path. Lets me know, that I'm pleasing to him and acceptable. And then, how do you know? He knows. No, don't say it again. This dude right here, yo, seriously. This dude right here is a hooligan. No, I'm just playing. No, he's a good man. He's a great man.
Yeah.
How do you know when people are giving you so much problems, and which has happened this year?
I mean,
God lets him know. So I'm gonna let him tell you how he knows.
I mean, I just feel like God gave me a spirit of discernment, so I can a heightened spirit of discernment, so I can just see through a lot. I mean, if you can dig what I'm saying, I don't know if you can cuss on your show or not, but but I mean,
don't need to censor yourself.
You can see through a lot, and I mean, especially with this year, for some reason, I guess it's by God too. My cutoff game is strong. It's like if I get any kind of wrong negative vibe from you, just cut off. I ain't trying to work anything out with you or anything. Just gone. Bye.
I did the same thing, and I didn't even know he was doing that. We're just on the same frequency. We just don't have time. We got things we need to do. We don't have time for negativity. We don't have time for drama.
I feel that. Yeah.
There's too many people out there that need help, and we've learned. I know for me personally, I've learned that life is short, time is valuable, and the things that we do have great value. So I've learned, without being arrogant, just a matter of fact, that what I do is valuable. So my time is valuable. So I know I'm no longer willing to waste it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Whenever we bring ourselves into something, we involve ourselves in something, we put our all into it. You know what I mean? There's no holding back. We strive for excellence. And, to do that, you have to understand and use discernment that task that you're being asked to do is worth the time being spent, because otherwise there's many other different things we can be doing. So, but we're going way off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine, man. I don't want to cut you off. I like the guests to just flow, off the top of their head. And so no worries. I will say, unfortunately, since there's two of you guys, like, I understand that each question kind of takes twice as long, but no worries. I just wanted to give you a heads up. We have about 10-15 minutes left in the podcast. I think we've been having a great conversation, and hopefully, you guys are having fun too.
This is fascinating.
Want to give you a heads up. But we are jumping to the closeout ending question portion. There's about 4, but take your time with it, so you don't feel like you need to be rushed. I've been trying to find a way to connect my guests together, so this next question is actually from my previous guest, and he's going to be asking you guys this question. So shout out to Alcidnio for this question, and it is, what is the biggest hurdle you're dealing with right now? Like, not a hurdle that you maybe already crossed, but just currently, in your life, what is something that you're just struggling with, if you don't mind me asking?
You go first.
Yeah.
I'll say church people. These are the worst people to deal with, man. I mean, it's not even trying to convert somebody over to Christ.
Mine's related. Mine's very closely related.
Like trying to convert somebody over to Christ being hard. I mean, it's really not that part of being hard. Some people try to make it hard, but really you could talk to somebody and really get their mind to churning. But dealing with church people, because they believe that their way is right, especially if they're following this pastor instead of this book. And you just got millions of those out there, and you can try to do everything 100% right. They will pick one thing that you just didn't do their way and they're going to call it wrong. Like, it's just church, dealing with church people is the biggest hurdle as far as doing anything within Christian rap or singing or Christian contemporary music, just church folks.
For sure. I got you. You got something to add, Doctrine?
Yeah. Don't know what I'm saying when I say this. At this given moment, is that what you're basically asking?
Yeah, just in your life. So, you know how this question can be interpreted as like, oh, something I've struggled with but overcame. But what is something that you haven't overcame and currently struggling with?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that switches it up. Okay. Something that I'm dealing with. How do you put this into words? You stumped me. It has to do with what he's saying, but church people. Church people. No. Let's see. You're pretty good with words?
I like to think so, but I could give it a shot. What do you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, understanding that the end result is more important than all the details, and being able to step back and look at the big picture and commit to completing the big picture. I want to say focus, but no.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I think the word is perfectionist. Like, you're focused on the small details that it
that's what I'm saying. Not focusing on those.
Not focusing. Oh yeah.
Getting caught up in drama and nonsense, and I guess you know what? Perseverance. That's what I'm working on.
Gotcha.
Perseverance.
For sure. Man, I had this question about the church people, but I was just gonna ask, how do you separate, those two worlds, right? Like, if you're more focused on the scripture than you are with the pastor, and do you guys see that, like, since you seem like you're choosing more of the scripture than the pastor, is that community kind of growing in to the communities you're exposed to? Is there more people saying, oh wait, why am I following this guy when I could just follow what's in the book? Maybe I'm interpreting wrong, but
I mean, it's written that it will take a pastor to lead, but granted, you're still supposed to study to show thyself approved, and you still have a lot of people that they just follow the pastor. Whatever the pastor says, that's the end. And he may be dead wrong, which you see a lot of pastors will be dead wrong with a lot of people following them. And I mean, I just run my own race. And I've gotten a lot of people by not clicking up with people. Everybody wants to be in a clique or whatever. By not clicking up with people, I've gotten more people come to me and be like, your music just has a lot of gospel in it. It was like, I could just,
there it is.
Like, I can listen to yours. Like, you're not spitting the same kind of Christian rap that's just like Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Like, nah, it needs to have something in it. There needs to be some substance to it. So, and I've gotten that feedback a lot of times from people that's like, you go deep in your words, in your music. And that means more to me than anything clicking up and trying to be a denomination or anything. That means more to me than that.
That's what's up. Yeah.
What we've learned this past year and a half,
somewhere.
What we learned in about the last 18 months, is that acceptance from the Holy Spirit, it was way more important than acceptance necessarily from all of the members of our community. Excuse me, it's getting late. But all of the members of our community, we don't need to get full acceptance from every single person in our community. Like I said, you can't please everybody. Not everybody's gonna like you. So being accepted by the Holy Spirit and moving with the movement of the Holy Spirit and getting approached by people who don't have anything to do with church because of people like this, and them reconsidering a relationship with God because of something he recorded or something I recorded, or, you know what I'm saying? But God gets the glory. We say, you know, TGBTG.
Oh yeah.
To God be the glory.
Yeah.
TGBT. Yeah. If you see TGBTG hashtag, that means to God be the glory. The glory is not ours. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, but our music, it's not preachy. It's real. It has gospel all up in it. It has scripture and principles all up in it, but it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? So what we've noticed is that us not being like our counterparts has actually been more effective. Because what happens is, when we say it, they'll do an event, and they're the only ones that show up. Nobody comes to the show.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So they're making music for themselves because people vote with their feet, right? So if people were feeling them and they were following them, you know, then you would know that what they're doing is effective. You know?
If you feel hit by that, email him. I didn't say it.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, look. Seriously. If nobody's coming to your shows, you aren't doing something right. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just not. You're just not.
That's a true thing, man. Because I've done shows where it was just me, and I
what happens is we have to connect with people, and like you probably you've learned to connect with people, to have moments with them. And what happens is when you start connecting with that little group of people that is in front of you, that little group tells their friends. Next thing you know, their friends and their little brother and sister come to the next show. And now you have double or triple the amount of people you had originally. You know, I've performed in front of one person, and I've performed in front of 3,000 people. You know, so it doesn't matter. You bring it every single time. You know what I mean? And then you take the time to spend with those people when you're done, so they know it's not about you. You know what I mean? Because people will come. Should we say it? I'm always asking him, should I say it? Because I have no filter.
You know, I don't care.
And this guy has no filter, but he'll stop me. Figure that out, right? So, right? But no, but if you come to an event with your people, they come see your set and then they leave. Especially at a Christian event where people might walk in that don't have anything to do with God. And they see that at secular shows. So what separates us from a secular mainstream artist as Christian artists if our people come, support their artists, and then bounce?
Yeah.
Church folks. You see what I'm saying?
Wow. So that was a good way to tie it in. Sorry, go ahead.
We need to put unity in our community. We need to learn how to support each other, artist to artist, and then share that support that each artist has and not make it about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And we've run into brick walls, where we've reached out to people, and it's not just about music. Like for me, I have a hashtag called More Than Music, and it really is. We've reached out to people who want to fellowship with them, have a meal with them, sit down, have a Bible study, and some of them have obliged, and some have turned you down. Some don't even answer you.
Yeah.
So I let you know right there that it's about them. You see what I'm saying? And so we meet people all the time that don't have anything to do with God or know the gospel, and we connect with them. So, but we'll move on. Let's move on. We got like 6 minutes. So.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, I hope you guys feeling like you connected with me, man, because I feel like I'm connecting with you guys for sure. Well, this next question is actually asking you guys for a question from my next guest. So what would you like to ask my next guest?
I got one.
Go for it.
I'm going to ask the same question I asked the guys on the Invasion Tour 2021. I'm going to ask, what drives you? What personal charitable causes are driving what you're doing with your music? Because I want to know that at the end of the day, it's not just about you making yourself well-known and wealthy, but what are you doing with your talent to help other people, a cause, an organization? So what are you involved in? You feel me?
I got
what nonprofit, what, you know what I'm saying? What community
I would ask, what makes you different?
That's a good question. Can we get 2 questions?
I mean, it technically is 2 because it's one each. But no,
right.
go for it. If you got another question, shoot it to me.
No, that's it. That was 2.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. What makes you different, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then what causes? What kind of causes are you championing? What is driving your music?
Got you. Yeah, I'm with it. And then my very final question for you guys is, what is the greatest lesson you've learned thus far in your life? I know there's a lot of them. So if there's one that just sticks out in your mind, feel free to go with that one.
Just one thing?
Just one thing. If you're going to choose one thing to say that was the greatest lesson.
I can't say that. We've been talking all this Christian stuff.
$40 goes a long way.
That's some sound advice right there. I would say, how can I say this clean, like Future and Rocco? Get the squares out your circle.
Say that one more time.
Keep the squares out your
circle.
Keep the squares out your circle.
Gotcha.
And keep that circle small.
Keep your circle small. Yeah, it has gotten smaller, but we're more effective.
Yeah.
How about you, Doktrin?
So the biggest lesson I've learned so far, besides the thing I told you about listening to people's stories and about bestsellers, I've learned that when I stop complaining and I start focusing on what's in front of me and give it my all and work the hardest I can with what God has already put in my life, success will follow. Because see, I was a big time complainer, procrastinator. My mom used to tell me, don't be an Eeyore. You ever watch Winnie the Pooh?
I remember you.
So now every time I see that, I laugh because, hi guys, how you doing? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Just can't be like that with life, man. Like, you can't complain. There was this thing I picked up in the street when I was homeless in Phoenix, and people ask me how I'm doing, and I say, I can't complain. Who would listen? You know what I'm saying? So that was the beginning of learning that principle. Stop complaining. Take what God has put in your hands. Take what is in front of you and do your all with it, and good things will happen.
And I just have to say one other thing. Always, to anybody, any and everybody, keep God first. Put him first, keep him first, and stay in your word. And I know it sounds like you see the pastors on TV screaming and hooping and hollering, and a lot of them just want your money, but for real, it's written for a reason. There's nothing new under the sun. And I mean, it works. It really does work. The instructions are already written out. If you just follow, it works.
For sure.
And we'll close with one fun fact.
Go for it.
Our birthday is the same day, the same year.
Yeah.
Wow.
42 years old each. December 31st.
December 31st?
Ain't that a trip?
That is a trip, man. That's cool.
So for as long as we're both in Phoenix, we're gonna party. We're gonna have big birthdays.
Yeah, it's super rare to find someone with the same birthday and the same year too, right? So that's crazy. And I think that's also what, like, the energies in the world at the time you guys were both born, that it kind of helps with the vibe too, but no doubt. And yeah, you guys want to do any plugs, anything where people can find your music? Go ahead and do that real quick.
Yeah. You can find mine, TEHRAN, the last name Parks, PARKS, on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere where you stream or download music. You can find me there. I got the Succession EP, should be ready in about another month and a half. And just keep checking for me. You'll find me on Tehran Parks on Facebook, Tehran Who on Instagram, Tehran Who on Twitter.
For sure.
Doktrin is Doktrin. You can find me on every streaming platform. Connect with me on IG. I am Doktrin. I do check out y'all's posts. I do comment from time to time. Obviously, I am busy, but you could even shoot me a DM. I will answer you. You can find me in Doktrin Music, facebook.com/Doktrin Music for my Facebook music page. You can like that and help my ministry grow. I am Doktrin on Twitter. I need to get better about being more active with that, but I have SoundCloud. So, and then if you want to book me, you can book me on I Am Doktrin. So IAM Doktrin at yahoo.com. There's also a book me button on my Facebook page, Doktrin Music, and a book me app on IG. So, but the same goes for him. So, booking.
Well, yeah, let me put my booking information out. Like, TehranBooking@gmail.com, or you can contact Jones the Misfit on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Lifeline Media.
Oh, say that one more time.
Lifeline Media Group
Gotcha.
on Facebook too.
The last two things. My album drops this month, Indoctrination album, debut album. And the other thing is the album release party and concert is Saturday, May 8th at 1400 South McClintock Drive, Hubbly Bubbly Hookah Lounge and Coffee Bar. Yes, that's where it's going to be. And the doors open at 9 o'clock. We're going to have a live DJ. We'll have dancers. We'll have B-boys, B-girls, graffiti artists, painters, poets. One of the funniest ladies in Phoenix is going to be co-hosting. You need to come.
Get out there. So once again, guys, just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for the viewers out there checking this out. Definitely appreciate the opportunity to get to know you guys better, and the energy that you brought. Definitely appreciate it. Still having a hard time figuring out my signature, signature ending to my podcast.
This was 34 questions. The last thing, but certainly not least, we need to shout out Mo Beltran and Tori Bacher from Vintage Hourglass Entertainment Group, and also K-Sound Rise Entertainment in Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Isaac Aval Wilson. Appreciate y'all.
Sure. I don't even know you guys, but I got love for y'all too. So I'll add this to the end. No worries.